Hey, this is Camelia. I wanted to do a post about spiritual emergency, which is one of the topics that is important to me in my art. I actually find it really hard to talk about because it's just such a huge topic, and there's so many things that happened to me when I had that experience that it's kind of hard to just sum it up in a sentence. But I know that I guess friends and family see my writings and my artwork, and they're probably thinking, what is this spiritual emergency thing? Like, what is it? I've never heard of it before. So for me, I guess it was just, it was also connected with Kundalini Awakening, which no one has actually officially told me that's what's happened to me. I guess it's kind of self-diagnosed, but for me it was an experience where I kind of noticed even a week before everything really happening, my face just broke out into this enormous rash. Like, I actually looked like I'd been burnt, had all these hundreds of tiny little pimples and inflammation, which was kind of unlike me. And I started feeling energy really, really strongly flowing up and down me. And at first it was quite pleasant, like I quite enjoyed it. And then it just became too much. And I'd become, well, what I called was clairaudience. So I started hearing voices, and it was really pleasant, nice experience. And then it turned into an absolute nightmare, and it was terrifying. So it's a really big topic. I guess the main thing that I wanted to cover today is that something that happened to me. I am writing a book about it, and there were things that I found really helped. Probably the most important thing that I found, which took me a long time to work out, a lot of the time I was really tortured with this idea of, is it mental illness or is it a spiritual experience? And in the end, I decided that it wasn't really worth categorizing either of those things, because it's so disruptive to your mental processing, and you have such a breakdown of identity that it is a mental health issue. But I mean, my belief system is that we're all spiritual beings, so it's also a spiritual experience. And I guess the main thing is to be safe, to learn techniques to help you get through it, to educate your friends and family, and to be able to move between the two worlds. So that was what I found useful. So sometimes I wanted to be part of that medical model, so because I needed sleep, so I needed to take medication so I could sleep. It was just impossible otherwise. But then I got to a point where medication was just it was really, really harsh for my system, and I needed a rest. And I didn't really want to be on it for the rest of my life. That was just my choice. And so then I went down the spiritual path, but then sometimes that was too much, so I went back to the medical model. So for me, the greatest comfort was moving between the two. And when I started to make one right or wrong, that was probably when I got into trouble. So I guess that's my main message with my artwork and my brand. And hopefully if this resonates with you, you can like and subscribe. I'm also going to be publishing some writings shortly. And yeah, I'd love to be in contact with you if you've had a similar experience. Okay, bye.